was lost in a city dream, and I was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me, and you saw me and smiled. I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt more right. Woke up lonely, and for you there is no...
Now remember, stay positive. No one wants to hear about the rain. Not again. They're sick of it. They don't want to hear it. I could talk about how hot it is, but it's not. Well, good morning on day 39, and what a glorious morning it is. 9:30, 64 kilometres in. Yeah, not a day I'm going to remember fondly. Yeah, the rain. I got away actually about 5 minutes late. I had trouble with my lock. Because of all the moisture, everything's seizing up, and I was really nervous there for a little while that I might break the key off in the lock that secured the bike last night. So a bit of Vaseline and some TLC, and I got to say it wasn't easy, but I got it undone. So I'm not sure I'll use that lock again. Anyway, so that held me up about 5 minutes. The sun's getting up a lot earlier now. It's probably 30 minutes earlier than it was when I first started riding 39 days ago. So glorious start to a sunrise over the bay as I rode out, and I'll show you this photo, and I'll see if you can guess which part of it's the rain. Yep, and that was out to the east of me, and it was tracking westerly. So within minutes, I was underwater again, and that's all right, except for my navigation problem. So I don't have a dedicated cycling head, as they call it, like a Garmin or a Wahoo that sits on your handlebar. And I'm assuming, because I've never owned one, but I'm assuming you can ride through anything, and they keep operating. So yeah, the old iPhone's still out of action. Whether it ever comes back to life, I'll find out. So I put the good iPhone away because I was using that to nav, so I didn't fry that. So I did the first 10 kilometres on the beautiful scenic roads that Komoot was sending me down, but once the rain set in, I had to track inland and get onto the main road so I could have the phone away and just ride the road. And that's what I've been doing. I've been riding the road. It's not nearly as interesting. I'm I've been looking out to the east with jealousy at the beautiful mountain ranges that I rode past on the way down. But I just can't do it because, you know, I need a nav aid. Now, you know, I know where north is. I know how to ride to north. So you would think I could just ride these back roads north and I'll get to where I want to go, but it's not how these roads work. And so I'll see if I can throw up a bit of a map. And you can be on a road that looks fantastic and you're going famously, and then it just suddenly stops. And it's like, oh, well, what do I do now? And then you have to backtrack and find a path, you know, out and around. So you just never get to Hua Hin. You'd probably end up in Singapore, you know. So hence, and you know, I would be pulling the phone out so often, I'd probably wear the battery out regardless. So I just have to be on the main road. And I have a bike problem. So touch wood, I'll get to Hua Hin where I can get everything off the bike and pay attention to it. But I suddenly noticed the rear tyre was soft. Not flat, but soft. So I stopped, and what I've done is, and that was at the 33 kilometre mark. So far, and I'm now at the 64 kilometre mark. So I've ridden 30 kilometres where I can pump the tyre up and get about 10 k's out of it before I notice it getting a bit spongy, and then I stop, pump it up, another 10 k's. So I've got to do about another 3 of those before I get to Hua Hin. As I say, touch wood, I'll get there before whatever the problem is manifests itself, and I have to take immediate action. So, you know, I'm carrying 2 spare tyres, tubes, no spare tyres, 2 spare tubes. You know, I'm not going to sit on the side of the road repairing a puncture. If I have to replace a tube, it'll be tube out, tube in. However, in order to do that, I would have to strip the bike right down. Yeah, obviously the rear panniers would have to come off and the rear bag, but I think just for a balance thing, I'd have to take off the front panniers. You know, I'm going to be doing that at the hotel anyway, so I might as well wait until I get to the hotel and do it. So there's not much video today. Not that I've lost interest, it's just how much highway do you want to see? And by the way, the coffee's good and it's hot. And it's in a nice big mug. I'm not drinking out of paper, so hats off to them. Well, there you go, hats off. Bit hot to scoff though.
Goes round and round in circles, but I'm still on the ground. It's a dizzying day. I would give a lot to get away. It's getting real dark in here. Feels like I've been here 1,000 years. Could you bring some light to me? Or just sit beside me and never leave? I got the curtains up. I guess it would be nice if you could interrupt. Like this, lost in a city dream, and I was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me, and you saw me and smiled. I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt more right. Woke up lonely, and for you there is nothing in this world I wouldn't do. I would walk 1,000 miles just to see you. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever? Loving you has never felt right.
You were always on the run when I found you.
Good evening on day 39. What a day! What a day! Look, it started with a beautiful sunrise in Prachuap Khiri Khan, and you'll see in the photos. Some of the photos give an indication that there might be some rain coming, and there was. So only about 10 or 15 minutes into the ride, there was some really heavy rain. And the problem with that was it prevented me from following the coastal roads. I had to put my good iPhone away, so I got onto the highway and unfortunately followed the highway the whole way. When I stopped for a coffee, which was a good coffee, nice and hot, I was slightly ahead in the battle of a very, very slow leak in the rear tyre. I don't want to say I won the battle, but I did okay. The last 70 kilometres of the ride turned out to be interval training, 7 by 10 kilometres. So I'd fill the tyre with air, and I could get 10 kilometres before I could feel a bit of a bounce in the rear tyre. So I pushed hard every 10 kilometres to try and get as far as I could, and that worked. I was very, very lucky. That's just luck. So I've had the rear wheel off and identified the leak, but because I carry 2 spare tubes, I haven't bothered patching that tube. I've just replaced it, and I've got a brand new tube in. It's holding air, and so I'm really happy with that. I won't bother patching that tube. Touch wood, I won't need 2 more tubes. So I've still got 1 good tube in case I have a problem tomorrow or the next day, but I don't envisage a problem. You know, I've gone 10,000 kilometres before I've really put air in the tubes, let alone had to replace one. So that's good news. As I rolled into Hua Hin, the usual story. The sky darkened, I got nervous, and I tried 2 hotels without luck, which is strange. Normally I'm straight in and I get the hotel first go. The first one was nice, but it was just a little too expensive. It's not really expensive, but twice what I have been paying. So I've been staying at really comfortable places for half the price. Why pay double? Anyway, I rode into the main sort of tourist area, and right by the beach, and there was a really grand hotel I didn't even bother going into. I've just shot some footage of the trees shaped into animals, elephants and birds and whatever. So they were going to be that was way out of my budget. Across the road was a really nice hotel, and I'm in there. More expensive than normal, but $48, pretty good. They let me clean my bike out the front and work on my bike out the front. And as I checked in, it started to spit pretty heavy, and I got in, and then it rained. So I did beat the rain today. I cleaned the bike, and I just got the rear wheel on and tightened, and bang, it rained. So again, I got lucky. So I'm having a little bit of luck with the rain right now. I think it's still going to rain tomorrow and the next day. But look at that. Look at that sky. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to launch the bomber here or not, but I've got it. I may as well. So the plan ahead is put in about 110 or 120 tomorrow, leaving me only 70 for the last day. So I think that's worked out pretty well. So it will be a tough day tomorrow, possibly. Depends on the rain, and you know, if it all goes pear-shaped, well then I won't make that far distance. I'll have to pull up short and then maybe change plans. But we'll see, we'll see.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all, and wild like an animal. Some would say I'm insane in the right in a way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah I need it. Want your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah I need it. Want your pandemonium.
Boys don't cry under the influence. You and I did not make a sense. Tell me why you're putting on a fence. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Endless game, when's it gonna end? We became what we should condemn. You and I, we were more than friends. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Look ahead, somewhere down the line, words unsaid, will they undermine? Dry your eyes, everything's just fine. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. We're in
You and I did not make a sense. Tell me why you put it on a fence. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry. Endless game, when's it gonna end? We became what we should have been. You and I, we were more than friends. Boys don't cry, boys don't cry.
Another week, another day, another hour since you went away, and so cliche you didn't say goodbye. I've been waiting for so long, still debating what went wrong. All by myself, you pulled away, you couldn't say what we were struggling with. It's one of us, it's obvious, but who's to really blame? There's an aching in my heart, all the questions that I've got are keeping me up at night. With all these things I'm going through, I still wish the best for you.